All right. Well, it is 8:30, so I believe we are going to start the show. Greetings, everybody out there in the cyberwebs. This is Frantic Romantic with our Thursday night show, Hanging with the Friends, where we have a musical guest on every week, and that can be anywhere from bands to venue holders to radio DJs to recording artists,
Oh, yes.
recording engineers. And tonight we have a very good friend of mine, very great friend of mine, one of my closest friends. I've known him for half my life, probably by now. His name is Kyle Lim, and we're going to talk about his project, the Holographic Children. Kyle, is your microphone working?
Can you hear me?
We can, but you're a little quiet.
Yeah, we could barely hear you.
I got you. How about now?
Yeah, that's good.
Better?
Better, yes.
Better.
All right. That's the problem with technology, You got to figure it out.
Kyle, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me. This is an awesome show.
Oh, dude, our pleasure. Last time I saw you, I think it was like right before, the whole world went dark.
Yeah. Before the apocalypse,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm wearing my shades because I saw you guys were wearing your shades. I wanted to pay my respects. So
Thanks, man. Of course, we definitely appreciate that. I'm digging the red. What would you call that?
I'd say like a jumpsuit, but I treat it as if it's an astronaut suit.
Gotcha.
So I'm up in space.
You're going out in outer space.
From moon base. I had to get away from Earth. It was getting crazy.
I would love to go to the moon right now. I think the moon would be a great disease-free place to be right now. We're working on that moon base. I don't know how far out that is, but
if anything, that sounds like a concept album.
That could be. Well, listen, man. Is that going to be a concept album by the Holographic Children?
Hey, I mean, we could collaborate.
Dude, we'd be down.
That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be called. Well, one of our songs would be called We can only hug in space.
Dude, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ruben, how's it going?
Good. Hey, how's it going? Hey.
What's up, Ruben?
What's up?
I'm sure I've met Ruben before.
You have?
Yeah.
I don't think I've met you before.
Zeke Zero.
Zeke Zero. Oh,
I haven't had pleasure.
I like it. I also like your whole getup going on right now. I like it. Damn.
Yeah.
Those glasses, man. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I saw one of your guys' posts where there was like lights going across it. That was sick.
Oh, yeah. Some like Cyclops action going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeke joined us back around like Christmas last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I know you met the rest of the band at our CD release show.
Yes.
It was you and Estevan.
Oh, great show. Man, we had a lot of fun that show.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
I mean, Ruben especially, but everybody else just busted their asses to make that show a great show. I drove up while they were doing all this and took some of the credit, and then I guess drove back home. But yeah, no, that was a fun time, and that's the first time I think I had seen you in
ages.
Probably like 10 years or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's basically a Kyle before beard and after beard.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, Kyle and I, we both worked at Crow Canyon Cinema.
Yeah.
Located in San Ramon. It was was a sixplex.
Is it gone?
Well, I mean, all the theaters are just closed now, and no one knows what's going to happen. Movies, am I right? What's going to happen with movies?
I know.
But yeah, we both were managers at this movie theater, and it's crazy, man. I mean, like everybody that was working there was between the age of 15 and 25. So
Yeah.
it felt very young and debaucherous. I worked at another movie theater in San Jose when I moved to San Jose, and it was an older crowd, and they were much less dramatic. But yeah, Crow Canyon Cinema.
Yeah. So are you saying that Crow Canyon is kind of a one of a place kind, as far as a working environment?
It's a one of a place kind of. It's a once in a lifetime place.
Yeah. Would you trade it for anything? Would you do it again?
Oh God. Well, first of all, I see what you're doing here. You're flipping this around on us, man. You're the captain now.
Nah, man, no.
Look at me.
I'm
the
just
captain, right?
inquisitive. I'm just an inquisitive person. I like to know what people think, you know.
Well, okay. I'd love to. By the way, hello, Rick.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry. It just took a little bit too long tucking in my daughter.
We're rock stars. Don't worry about it.
See, that's so rock star, man.
Supposed to arrive late.
I'd love to.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. So for anybody joining us, this is Hanging with the Friends. We're talking to my good friend Kyle Lim. He is the front man, the entirety possibly of the band, the Holographic Children, which I think is just amazing. I had no idea that you were doing this until I just stumbled across it one day. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
The music videos really tripped me out, man. I just got to say, like, it's some of the coolest, strangest stuff that I think I've ever seen. And I'm smitten by it. So for anybody out there who, if you're tuning in and you got a moment to check those out, I'm guessing probably YouTube is the best place.
YouTube's the best place. Yeah, I mean, we put stuff on YouTube, and it's not just my YouTube. It's a group of friends of mine. We have a label called WGWW. So if you guys check that out, you'll find my music video there. So.
Nice. And an acronym for something?
Wave Gang Worldwide.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Nice.
Wave Gang?
Yeah. So we just got into Kyle and my history as managers at Crow Canyon Cinema, and you asked me the very mind-bending question of if I'd ever go back to that time.
I thought you were going to try to dodge that one, man. I almost thought you were going to go away from that. Yeah.
Seemed like it.
No, man. So here's the thing. I think I met you there in like 2007?
Yeah, because I know you left and then came back. So I didn't meet you until you came back.
Yeah, I worked there in 2005 for 4 months, and I thought I hated the general manager at the time so much that I thought I'm out. And then he left and someone else came in. So I came back. I met you. Oh, hey, Maria's watching. Hey, Maria.
Hey, what's up, Maria?
And then we, became bosom buddies and co-workers and co-managers. Yeah. And I think that was like 2007 to 2008.
Yeah.
So there was like The Dark Knight that came out. That was pretty cool.
Oh my God.
Were you with us when we would run that movie like at 3 a.m?
Yeah.
The dry screenings?
Yeah, dude. We would.
I used to work in the movies too, so I did all the dry screenings.
Yeah. You know what we're talking about. And it's like you could just, if you could just go in there anytime with a group of friends.
Right. Just say, hey, we're going to watch this at 3 a.m. If you want to see it ahead of time, check it out, Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. Cloverfield?
God,
So
I had
yeah.
the misfortune of doing that with Lord of the Rings
Oh
at like
man.
2 in the
Wow.
morning. Not fun. Yeah.
Jeez, that
But
sucks.
I remember when Dark Knight came out though, we had to show it that midnight, and we were
Oh
still
wow.
working. And then as soon as people got out, we had to clean the theater, and after that, that's when we were able to watch a movie. And then
Right.
it ended at like 6 a.m.
Oh wow.
and I had to work the next day.
Well, because there's the 12 o'clock and then there was the 3 in the morning one, right?
That's right. Yeah, there's a 3 a.m. one. So I didn't watch until that.
So 5 or 4:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's trippy.
We had this manager named Cookie, and he had the hookups to watch all the movies early. So I was able to watch Dark Knight, I think, a couple days before. God, do you know what happened to? Sorry, guys. I know this is going to get all like
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
just
inside
going down
info,
memory
but
lane. Yeah.
real quick. Do you know what happened to Cookie? Because has anybody heard from him?
From the last thing I've heard, he came back, tried to get a job, but then I shouldn't say names, I guess, with upper management.
You know they're
But-
watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely watching, man. Anyways,
Cookie sounds like somebody I would see like on a pioneer trail, like that makes everybody's food for them, you know?
Well,
nah, Cookie's
Cookie-
more like he's kind of mean to you, but you end up loving him, and he's mean to
Yeah.
you, and you tolerate it.
So
You also give him shit, you know.
right. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I found out that he was like only in his 40s, but he looked like he was in his 50s or 60s.
He was in his 40s.
Yeah. And so it's this guy, I think he was from Pakistan, correct?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it is Pakistan.
Right. And he had 4 jobs. He worked full-time at the movie theater. He worked full-time at Taco Bell. He worked
Oh my,
full-time at a Marriott. And then he did like a little bit of work at like some Denny's. He didn't own he didn't rent an apartment. He didn't own a house. He would just sleep for 3 hours in an empty room at the Marriott, and then he would just go back to working.
Or sleep at the theater sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
So damn, dude. Intense.
Man,
So
I go
Sorry,
ahead.
Cookie was trying to save up all this money.
Nah, something happened. Like he lost a family member, and
He was
he took a year off. You know.
he was sending a bunch of money back to his family.
Yeah. So it's crazy because for a while no one knew what happened to Cookie, and I watched a movie at Hacienda, and there's a manager there that looked exactly like him,
Oh.
except 20 years younger.
Ah.
So I had to like get close to this person because I thought maybe this is Cookie, but he just didn't work for a year and he ended up looking younger.
Looking better, right?
Yeah, but it was
Like Wolverined a little bit and regenerated a little bit.
Or Benjamin
just
Button.
Tad. Benjamin Button. Oh wow, yeah, maybe.
Ooh, that'd be sick. Maybe that's why we don't recognize Cookie anymore. He's a young boy now.
Or maybe
Dude,
he's out on the pioneer trail cooking.
That's what I said, right?
You know?
Cooking meals
Yeah.
for folks, you know,
Hey, wait.
telling these tales, these wise.
Why does
tales.
that
Yeah,
come
I
to
mean,
your
'cause-
mind? Is that a thing with the trail?
Yeah, that's what they used to call them, like on the old Western movies and stuff. They would always call the cook Cookie. You know, that was
That
his name.
sucks.
Always his name. Always.
That sucks. I mean, that just sucks. I mean, like that no way. I mean, like with my job, at least I get to go in there and people can nickname me whatever the hell they want, right?
Hmm.
Right. You go
You have
into
no
being
choice.
a chef on a pioneer trail. It doesn't matter how good you are; they're still going to call you Cookie.
Cookie. It's just Cookie. That's it. Yeah.
No, I think that sucks. It's like no. I'm done cooking. I want to be a cowboy now.
So Kyle,
Okay, Cookie, you go be a cowboy.
sorry to answer your question. I didn't mean to.
No, you're
I
fine,
kept
man.
derailing. To go back to that time would be interesting. I was pretty. I mean, I'm still pretty dumb, I was more dumb then. So I don't miss that. I
Okay.
definitely don't miss that. I mean, if I was to go back knowing what I know now, I think anybody would
do it.
choose
Yeah.
that sort of scenario, right? I mean, going back to your youth, but like, you know,
With the
being
knowledge you
smarter.
have, the wisdom, right? The wisdom
Yeah.
gained.
That's a
Yeah.
good question, though. But which era? If you only had one to choose from, which era would you go back to?
I feel like right now it seems like any time before this year.
For COVID.
Before
Okay.
COVID.
Before
everything.
COVID.
All right, that doesn't
Yeah.
help. That doesn't
I'd
answer
go back
the question.
I'd go back to like early elementary school because you got all the knowledge now. So I mean,
You'd be a whiz
Come up.
kid.
you'd come up.
True.
Yeah, you know.
Straight A's.
You just got to play it real straight and like act surprised and shit. You know what I mean? But
So you got to act
know?
stupid.
Yeah, they'll get suspicious that you're a time traveler.
you know
right,
exactly what presents
Why are
you're
you-
gonna get.
Why are you
Right,
shitting?
right.
You're in 6th grade.
This kid's cheating. He looks like a normal kid, but we think he's from the future.
you keep saying hella. That's not even a word. You know? Yeah.
What is this hella?
Talking about iPhones? What the fuck is that?
What about you, Zeke? What era would you go back to? Like middle school, elementary school, high school?
It'd probably be middle school. Those were my most awkward years.
Miss
Mm.
Martinez's class. I'm sorry, Miss
Polinetti.
Paulinetti. She changed her name. That's right.
I think I would
Why,
concentrate more.
who's Miss Palinetti?
She was a math teacher, I believe.
Was she cute though?
She was a teacher, man. I didn't look.
No. Was she a teacher or was she one of those teachers where you had a crush?
No.
No,
Okay.
no, she was just a teacher. Like, you
I'm
know,
just saying, because I had a teacher I had a crush on, Miss Altieri. That was my 5th grade teacher. Not that I would go back there, because I think looking back, she had a little bit of the she played for the other team sort of thing going on, but it was the 80s. So that was
hot for you,
not.
that wasn't
it
a
was
thing,
not-
really.
Right, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it was something of which we do not speak of back then.
Right,
But
right.
nowadays it's like, so I think it was, I don't know, I guess looking back, it was probably on the download because she asked me to stay after school with her to help her practice pitching because she was on a softball team.
Oh,
So I'm just
That's
saying,
cool.
it's like, yeah, no, it was really cool. But it was like one of those teachers where, she's pretty, man. So you had a crush on her. But I think looking back, I didn't understand she's probably gay, because she had lots of girlfriends and, some of the things that she was single and she was in her 40s still. And not that that's a big indicator, but some of the things that she said was just like, it kind of felt like that was her side life. And it wasn't the time. It wasn't the era to be
Right.
open and out about stuff like that.
Right.
So,
It was different. It was
super cool
different, yeah.
teacher. Super cool teacher though.
I guess that is a crazy thing. Just going back even a couple years, kind of like with people and their Twitter. When people go back to their Twitter,
Oh yeah.
It's like time
It's
traveling,
complete-
right?
yeah.
Because all the shit you were thinking, the way your mentality's changed a lot. Even in a couple years, you mature a lot. You know.
it has. But then when people's like bad tweets get aired out, it's like
Right.
kinda
It
like-
haunts you.
very acceptable back then.
Hold up, Kyle. What's your Twitter handle?
I don't got one.
so pull up the hits.
I have a Twitter. But I'm pretty sure it's being run by the Russians or like a Russian hacker, because it's a bunch of like Russian like links.
Actually, I
I
think
just
it's
pointed it
Chechenian. The Chechenians are the ones that do that.
Is it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I might be compromised. I could be a double agent and I don't know it.
That'd be a triple agent.
Triple agent. Yeah.
That's a triple agent. I didn't realize I was spying. I'm so sorry.
I just kept giving
My bad.
information.
It just seemed the thing to do. I didn't know. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm a triple agent.
I've never understood Twitter. Like, I
I don't get it really myself either.
I understand everything else, but I feel like, Facebook, I get it. Instagram, but Twitter has never made sense to me. It almost feels like it's there just to gaslight people and like just to be word vomit, like,
Yeah.
well, you have a limit of like 150 characters or something. And it's just there to just start shit. I don't know.
Right.
Like, do you feel that way or no?
I mean, I do. I don't really care for Twitter. I think I got one because everyone was getting one, and then when I got one, I was like, "What do I do?"
Exactly. I felt the same. And then
I'm-
even when I would tweet, like I did it twice, I was
Yeah.
like, "Did I do something? Like, what
Yeah.
happened? Is that did I do it right? You know, like, okay."
Yeah,
And then I forgot the password and never used it again. You know?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
my thing. I forgot the password, didn't use it. It just, I guess it was intended for businesses apparently. And I
Oh.
guess if you have a band, that makes sense. You know, you're giving information, new music video out.
Right.
But there are people who just air out their thoughts and they get reposted. They get people liking their stuff or hating them. You know, it's pretty much removing a barrier between your filter and your mind. I feel like
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah. Especially in the last 4 years. But
Yeah.
I think so.
Wait, what are you talking
especially,
about? What do you
right.
mean there, Mike? You know what?
Nothing.
I think, my if my thought matters, I think any media, regardless of which name you call it, Instagram, Twitter, if you do not think about the words you say and you actually look at it as being a justification to remove yourself from any kind of responsibility or accountability to what
Accountability,
you say,
right? Yeah.
that's just you as being a bad person.
yeah.
You know,
This is being an asshole, right?
Exactly. You know, it's like if you drink, that to me, like alcohol is always, in my experience, been it's a personality amplifier. It removes your filters. So it will tell
Inhibitor,
you,
right? Yeah.
yeah, it will tell us, the people outside of the person drinking, what kind of person you really are.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just naturally a dick and you're really good at suppressing it? All right. Well, then you're going to light up Twitter one night
Hmm.
from the toilet of the White House, So there it is.
I guess Xanax also messes with your inhibition.
Oh, Roseanne Barr, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's a publicity stunt. All right. Hey, I
A
got
really
put these
bad
on.
one. A really
There you
bad
go.
Oh, there you go.
publicity stunt.
There you go.
All right.
Mondo
We
got
got
to
a-
you.
Sweet.
He got to me, man.
You
He,
see that, Mondo?
he got in my head.
Looking good,
I like
Rick.
it.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
good,
you.
man.
These are, what are these?
Now we all can see.
Official
Oakley.
One of us. One of us.
But Kyle, the interesting, or actually, sorry, I think it was Rick that asked the question. My immediate thought for a time that I'd like to go back to, even just to spend like a day or a weekend, is before social media. Actually, before the internet. I would love to go back to a time before the internet. Because
It was great.
there are
It
so
was
many.
great.
You know,
But
as you're
yeah.
saying that, for some reason, the theme to Dawson's Creek is playing in my head as you're saying a time before social media. I don't want
I hate you.
Exactly.
I hate
Listen,
you.
man, you crank up
I
the
hate you. That
N64.
song's not going to leave like for a day. I
You,
hate you.
you call your friend on the landline. You say, "Hey, come over," and it takes them a half an hour to come over.
Yep.
They walk to your house, and then you crank up the N64. You play some
I just-
GoldenEye.
Right. I just rented this from Blockbuster. Come on, man. Let's
Yeah.
get on this game, you know?
Or the much
Yeah.
superior game, Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is better than GoldenEye. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh my god! I tried
What?
Perfect Dark. No, I was trying to play Perfect Dark, right? I was with Esteban actually because he has the game, and we set just like a hard difficulty for it, and like the computer, the enemies always found us in like 1 second and killed us.
Dude, yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm disappointed in you guys. I immediately,
How?
I'm just, I dialed up the disappointment level to about 8. And
For
here's
Perfect
why.
Dark.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not called a bicycle. It's not called going out and playing tag. It's like you guys immediately went to, if I could go back to an age before the social media, I would still go play video games. I'm like, dudes.
No,
Dude, but there
I
was
see, I see.
effort. There was effort that had to go into that, man.
Okay,
you know?
all right. I'll put it down to like a 6, but I am disappointed you guys
Yeah.
immediately still went to video games.
But
Go
it's not
outside,
video
ride
games.
your bike until your dad calls you in.
Well, there's that
know?
too. Yeah.
Like
still
dinner
do that.
time.
But I guess that's like, I don't know, man. And that's what I miss is like people actually had to take their time with stuff. And
Right. It wasn't this instant gratification. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
well, and also, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing I hate right now is just having a phone.
Yeah.
Because I'm always looking at it. I feel like I could be doing more with my day, but I end up being on my phone more. And I feel
Well,
like
you know what's the
that's-
worst? Is like you're watching a movie and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, where do I know that guy from? And you pull your phone out and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, right. He was in this. He was in The Dark Knight. He was in whatever, you know? I hate
Yeah,
being able to do
IMDb.
that. I hate that you can do that, you know?
I hate it, but I love it because I mean IMDb is saved on my phone as like one of my favorites
Yeah.
because that is where I go but I do play that game. You know,
Yeah.
like we'll go see a movie back in the day when we used to go to theaters.
Yeah.
Wow, do you remember those
That's
days?
a sad statement, dude. Don't say
Yeah.
that. I don't want to cry,
So-
dude.
I
Right.
feel like
but-
we're all
okay, so-
aging ourselves so much.
I know. Do you remember?
Back
a
in
year
my
ago?
day.
Before internet,
8 months,
the viewers
8 months
are like,
ago, right? Yeah.
there was a time before internet?
You know what's gonna suck is that when we're in our 60s, our kids are gonna be like, "Okay, shut up. I know about the virus. I remember you talked about this all the time.
Oh my
Shut
God.
up." Okay, but like seriously though, we'll play a game though. Like we put the phones away. It's like we're, especially if you watch like a cartoon or an animated movie. Where's that
Mhm.
voice? You know, you play who's that
that's-
voice.
That's good. Yeah,
That's
I
a
like
great
that.
game. And then
That
It's
is
a
where
great
else?
game.
Where else were they? And I actually deliberately do that with our kids. Yeah, I'm in a band and rock star and all that kind of stuff, but I have kids. So, anyways, it's a great thing to actually get them off their phone and say, "Where do you recognize that voice from?"
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter, she'll be watching like TV with me. Geico will come on. I think it's Geico, and like, oh, what's that lady? She voiced Elsa, famous singer. Anyways, so she knows where she's from now because like, oh, that's the lady who sang "Let It Go," right? And it's like, yeah, that's her. So she can Idina Menzel, so she can actually
Idina
see these
Menzel,
people,
right.
and she's like thinking outside of her immediate like arm's length, you know. So,
Yeah.
anyways, fun game. Just
But see,
without the
the
phones,
answer is
put it down.
almost always going to be Tiny Toons. Almost always.
Wait,
Those
what?
voice actors.
What do you
Those
mean?
voice actors, man. You know.
Oh, where were they from? Tiny Toons?
All roads
Almost
point
always.
back. All roads point back to Tiny Toons.
Oh man, I need to
Um,
watch Tiny Toons. I never watched it really.
It's pretty good, man. It holds up, actually.
It does hold up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember what did Cartman say? There's two people who like Animaniacs and people
yeah,
who don't. You know. And the people who don't like Tiny Toons, I think.
Well, that's the thing. The first 5 years of the '90s was this huge, awesome cartoon renaissance.
Renaissance, right?
And
Cartoon
especially the group that put together those WB shows. It first started with Tiny Toons, and then it was Animaniacs, Freakazoid.
Pinky in the Brain,
Pinky in the
Freakazoid,
Brain.
right?
All that
Shock,
stuff.
whatever. Yeah.
Because it was Spielberg produced.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, and they put some TLC into that.
Dude, and then how can we not mention Batman the Animated Series?
That was
Yeah.
a great show.
I would be mad at us if we didn't do that tonight, dude. We're talking WB shows, right?
It's still the standard, man.
Hell yeah.
It hasn't been a show. Hasn't been a
As
superhero show to
I will
surpass that.
I will admit to watching that in the afternoons in my college years. I actually made sure I was there at home
It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
to watch
yeah.
it.
It's not
Yeah.
really for kids either. I feel like
It's
it's
not.
more
It's not.
for
No.
teens and older. You know,
Dude,
I
yeah,
could still
yeah.
enjoy that now.
Yeah, man. I mean, there was some like violent stuff in the. I was surprised. Like, this is like Saturday morning cartoons or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's people pulling out Tommy guns and shooting into crowds, and it's like, dude, how like today that would be like totally not okay, right? For so many reasons, but for whatever reason, like you could have something as crazy as that in a cartoon back then.
That's
Well,
crazy.
That's why all that stuff is getting blamed now for what we see these days.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not a new concept either. I mean, like people were blaming rock music back in the 80s. That's where that whole what was that movement with Tipper Gore?
Tipper Gore, right?
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah. It was all based off of that. So this, I mean, that's not like really a new concept, but you're right. None of that stuff is acceptable now, and I kind of don't think it should be. You
No,
know?
well, I
think
agree,
We're
yeah.
just we're in a redefining sort of state. You know.
We are. You know, another show that I think I love the property more, but I don't think the show was as good, was the X-Men animated series.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
I love it, but it's not as good as Batman. But I love
It's
that
not.
show.
I
Yeah, it's
I
just
was
not, though.
rewatching that like.
I'm
a couple
rewatching it with my
months ago.
2-year-old. I'm
Yeah,
rewatching it with
what
my
do you
2-year-old
think?
right now. She loves it. She's just blown away by it. And for me, I guess
Yeah.
I love it more because of that, you know?
I
And you
just
know-
noticed how bad the animation is, though.
That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
And what's great
Yeah.
about X-Men is they put a little bit more care into like the amount of violence that they were showing.
Mm.
Yeah.
I noticed that all the guns in that show were like laser guns, which
Lasers,
I
yeah.
know, like, you know,
It's stun instead of like pierce somebody, you know?
Okay.
yeah. And I think it helps more that it's like this weapon that is just it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It's like no one can ever pick up a laser cannon.
Well, what if in the future we have that? Would that be problematic?
Probably, you know, everything gets retconned. And
Yeah.
E.T., they have walkie-talkies instead of guns, right? I guess. I don't know.
That's true.
But it's crazy, you know. I mean, I have HBO Max now, which has not the whole Looney Tunes library, but it has like a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the stuff that our parents' generation was watching was literally like, you know, shooting someone in the face with a shotgun at point blank range,
Yeah.
and like, you know, just like pushing people off of cliffs and like
Well, there was like homophobia stuff like in there too. You know what I mean? It's like
smoking a
lot
bunch
of-
of like chain smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes and like exploding cigars and like bottles of
stereotypes.
dope. Yeah.
I think what history is, though, is like we had to put up with so much survival shit, you know, and like all this. We had to be tough and rough. And as the years got older, or like moved on, we're slowly having to like stay away from that.
Right.
I think people just came out after World War II and stuff like that, where like the idea of people were supposed to toughen them up. You're not supposed to be sensitive. You're not supposed to have
Dude.
feelings. But
Right.
now,
Kyle,
it's,
you can't say
circumstances,
that.
right.
You can't say that. What you're saying is that we're becoming a society of pussies.
what was that? No, I'm not saying that we are.
Kind
I'm
of
saying
sounds
we-
like it.
No, I'm saying we're becoming more aware. Because
Right.
back then,
Okay, that's all
our
right.
idea
I
of
can say
like
that.
what's acceptable is the roughness or like, you know, being mean to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. While
That's
now we're
more
just like,
accurate.
The
now we're
benchmark
just, like-
changes, right?
yeah, because now we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, oh, that actually damages somebody.
Because
You
you
know?
gotta, you figure, you know, I mean, there's the digital age, and before that, there's the industrial age. Before
Yeah.
that, there was whatever,
Stone Age. I don't know. Yeah.
the Stone Age, and you know, there is something to be said. Like, humankind, we have clawed our way out of violence, right?
Mm.
Right.
We've clawed our way out of like constant violence and like but there's something residual, right? There's always something
Yeah.
residual that we always have to fight within modern society, and it gets confusing because we have the internet and we have our iPhones and we got, you know, all this modern stuff, and you think that what comes along with that is civic mindedness, but
Mm.
That's not the case. No, not
You know?
always. You know, unfortunately.
being human, it's like, I don't know, man. It's something to be said about. I don't know. There's just something residual, you know, that kind of, whether it's biological or cultural,
Mm.
something that we always constantly have to sort of.
Keep in check, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like that animalistic, I guess, nature about
Yeah.
being alive, right? About being a creature that's existing amongst others, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
It's just ingrained in us, I think.
But you
Think
know,
about it now-
I
Go
think
ahead.
what you're talking about is just like your basic needs. You know,
Yeah.
that's what we always come back to. However, our basic needs and, you know, the current whole climate. All right.
But yeah,
so this is
Maslow,
where-
right? Talks about that
Yeah.
with the hierarchy of needs. You know, once you meet them, you move on to the next higher level.
Exactly. But not to take hanging with friends in a very heavy direction. So
Yeah.
we'll go down this rabbit hole, but the rabbit hole has a depth.
This is the
and
very
time frame.
special episode, okay? So people just understand that. Here's the disclaimer. Very special episode tonight.
You gotta
All right.
present them with the red pill and the blue pill first, you know?
Hey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
So
know?
here's what I would say to that is that yes, the commonality between all those different generations is that humans are involved, and we always go back to what I was told in a political science class was politics is the allocation of scarce resources. So if we start being attacked at what our core needs are, that's when we get all defensive.
Mm.
And when we get defensive, we lose our perspective of how do we love our fellow human being? How do I love Mike? How do I love Kyle? How do I show love to Ruben and Zeke?
That makes
When
sense.
we start feeling attacked, that's when we lose that perspective. That's the human condition. That's what we have to always maintain a social awareness. That's where we have to make sure that we lose those blinders so we don't lose that perspective, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, so unless you guys have anything else to add to that rabbit hole of depth and, you know,
That was
weight,
really, hey man, that was really profound, and I'd say
It was.
let's leave it at that. You know,
Hey, Mike, can
All
you
right.
do a screen share with that star and the rainbow that says "The more you know"? I feel like that's one of those moments, dude. Either that
Okay,
or
I've
G.I.
got-
Joe, you know?
I'm learning tonight.
Right.
Okay, so I've got a way to get out of this. All right.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
the question because I've become aware of my self-consciousness. All right, so Kyle, this is going to be your question answer first.
Okay.
If you had a place you had to be naked,
Hmm.
you get three choices. Would it be A, college classroom, B, your work, or C, Walmart? Go.
You know, that's actually not hard to say. I say college classroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about
okay.
it.
Why?
So
I'm trying to.
He said Walmart, right?
I would go with
Yeah,
Walmart
well, yeah.
personally,
Me too.
right? Like,
Well, I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna.
there's a website dedicated to that, you know?
Is
So,
there?
hey,
Well, I'm
hey,
just gonna go
I'm-
down the list of why. Okay, so
Okay.
Walmart, you're naked there. Did something happen in your life, man, for you to be naked at Walmart?
Yeah, the drummer from Frantic Romantic gave you a choice.
or drummer / genie, you know, he made that happen, you know?
And, what was the other one though? No,
Your job.
your job.
It would be
Your job.
the last day you work there, basically. But
Oh
you
yeah,
know, yeah.
last day you work there, I guess. But then that's just like that's like bad work ethic. You know?
Okay, so that's bad
And at
form.
college, a lot of people in college have seen people naked, and you don't know. Maybe it might work for some people. So
Can I add something to that? Since you picked a
Please.
college classroom,
yeah.
what if it's like a philosophy class,
Oh
and then you just tie it into some presentation?
no, that's a good one. But I would say, I would be naked in a college classroom. You know how or why?
Why?
Because the students are drawing me.
Ah, okay. You're like a nude
Oh, okay.
model.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Spin
you
it
went
in a good
socially
way.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All
Well,
right.
how about
totally
you
didn't
guys?
think about that. Mike, you go first.
I mean, I already told you guys I do Walmart.
Same here,
Walmart.
man.
There's a website, you know, for
I
that.
would do
so-
Walmart.
Yeah, because I don't go to Walmart.
Yeah.
And that would mean me going to Walmart after whatever 5 to 10 years of not going. And then I don't have to go again. That's fine. I'll just go to the Target with clothes across the street and get
Yeah.
on my merry way.
Zeke, what about you?
Yeah, same thing. I would show off the merchandise while I'm buying merchandise.
Buying the merchandise. at Walmart.
Why not?
What about
For
you, Rick?
sale.
Okay, here's I'm sorry, but here's my decision tree. Which one would give me the least social media exposure?
Mm. Which one? They all will.
I mean, okay, because I work in an emergency room, all right?
Oh,
So I'm thinking that one immediately would get me sent over to the psych ward.
Yeah.
Okay, so So that one's kind of off the table. Now it's just down to two, like college classroom
College or Walmart.
or Walmart. And I think everybody's ready to, they're ready to get their phones out, at Walmart. I think a college classroom, wow.
It's contained. It's much more contained.
It is. You're smart, dude.
Okay.
I'm going to go to college classroom.
Both you guys with the college classrooms,
Yeah.
what class is it? I mean, I know you said it was like an art thing. Sex ed?
Yeah. Well, guys, it's time to
Women's studies.
Women's
Drink it
studies? Women's studies?
Hey, you're going to need some extra time working on this area down here.
I don't pass a class, so. Oh, man. What happened?
What about you, Rick? Which class? What class would you go to?
I don't know if it would be the
Business
art
101?
class. I'm thinking PE.
You think of what?
Biology.
Oh,
PE.
PE,
Jogging?
man. Like bowling or tennis, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Gymnastics.
No.
I mean, if you did PE bowling, you have to make sure you're still wearing the shoes in the lane, dude. You know?
See?
Oh yeah, you're
So
gonna
there's
slip.
There's they're really strict about that, you know?
Whichever class would require the least amount of bouncing.
Hey, you guys had a bowling alley at San Jose State, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Right.
I
in the student
remember
union
that.
there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Well, the student union's been completely redone, but it does have a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's why I asked, because my daughter and my son are like curious about like going over there, but it's been like completely shut down, so we haven't been able to like really explore around there. And I told them, yeah, when I was a student there's a bowling alley and there was a bar on campus.
What?
It's like, what? Really?
That
Wait,
happened.
you guys didn't know that?
No.
No.
I didn't hear about
Seriously? There used to be a pub on campus right across like from the student union, and they had awesome donuts.
Hmm.
Right.
Did they still have concerts there when you guys went there?
Well, here's the thing. For the majority of the time that I was there, it was the whole thing was under construction. They're redoing, because I remember briefly there was a bar and like a Burger King and a Sbarro's.
Oh, right,
and
right.
maybe a year into it, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna redo the whole school," and I'm like, "Great!" So I get to go to college with stuff missing now.
And the portables and shit, right?
Oh, that
Yeah.
kind of
That's
sucks.
great.
Yeah, it's like going to Disneyland when they were remodeling everything.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. There used to be like awesome concerts. Like I
You
saw
know, like I
Gin
imagine
Blossoms there.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
wow.
I imagine you being there and like just forever they're playing that song, Two Princes, the Spin Doctors, like all the time. Like they're just always in concert when you were there, Rick. I don't know why. I just picture that.
Because you're insightful. That's why. That's exactly what was going on there. I mean,
I figure,
Spin Doctors
you know,
and Spin Doctors and Gin Blossoms. Yeah, I went there after my English class and saw the Gin Blossoms play. Went home after that because I was like, oh, that's a cool band. Flipped on MTV and then I see their video. It's like, my God, I just saw those guys play at my school, and they
Oh,
were
Hey
on
Jealousy.
that tour. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I mean,
yeah.
that's the only song anybody knows. But yes, I mean, it was such a cool experience, and it's like, damn, man, like you guys didn't get to see that when you were there.
Kyle, what's your
So
favorite
that
color?
sucks.
Red.
Ooh,
Oh,
I mean, I have a lot of favorite colors, so like red, black, blue. So
But yeah, I went to, what was it, Gigantour at San Jose State. And I remember we were in the mosh pit and one of my friends, his shoe came undone. And then I just saw someone like chuck it across the room. And then he just didn't have a shoe for the rest of the day.
Damn.
So-
wow.
Who was on
So messed up.
Gigantour?
It was Megadeth, Lamb of God. Lamb of God is where the shoe got thrown.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But anyways, I want to talk more about the holographic children because I feel
Yeah, I
like
was
we
gonna say we should do that. We
just,
stole the
like,
conversation.
totally hijacked. this
No,
whole
it's all
thing.
good. Honestly,
Talk about-
it's been a fun conversation. That's what I like. So.
talking
Yeah,
about
man.
nakedness and Walmart.
Yeah.
Gigantours and all that.
So Kyle, I want to know, because again, it was like a 10-year gap between seeing you. When did the Holographic Children start? How did it start? What's the inspiration for it?
Yeah.
And what's sort of the mission with it? Because I can't emphasize this enough for everybody watching. You should check out the Holographic Children on Spotify, and you should check out the videos on YouTube, because it really is like, art as music. Like it's so personal, and it's so like creative and out there, and it just blows your mind. So I just want to know more about it. I want to know how you came up with it, and sort of all that.
Well, because in high school, me and my cousins made a band, even though we didn't really know how to play music. We just decided we're gonna start a band, and I think from there, I've just kind of been hooked with the whole creative process when it comes to music. But I feel like I tried to join other bands, I tried to form my own, and I don't know, I never got motivated when it comes to that, because I feel like there was something specific I was going for. And when and you gotta like find the right people to play with, because there's times when I play with my friends, my closest friends, and we try to practice, and I don't feel good about it because I just didn't feel like people cared about it as much, or our focus,
Yeah.
And then I would jam with other people, and we'd jam some pretty cool like songs, but we didn't know what to do with it, And I guess over time, it just I only like really played guitar, try to get other people to play the other instruments, but I ended up just kind of learning the other stuff on my own, just because I don't know, maybe I just don't work well with people or something. But maybe that's a problem. But when it came to the Holographic Children, like, I don't know, I feel like I just keep like accumulating all these musical influences, because I started off with like indie stuff. I started off with, and then it moved to like post-punk, like Joy Division and stuff like that.
Right.
When I was starting the Holographic Children, I was in love with the Gorillas.
Oh, cool.
Like, they were the band I wanted to be, because I think over time, like throughout your musical journey, you always kind of like find that artist you're kind of projecting yourself onto.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make this whole like world kind of like story concept behind the Holographic Children. The name came from my friend. We were just smoking weed, and then I was just like, I need a band name that has THC as the acronyms. And then he just says the Holographic Children. I was like, that's a good one.
That's cool.
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's a lame origin in a way, because
Yeah, man.
Not at all, man. That is super cool.
That's the
pretty
STP.
badass.
That's actually the STP way of thinking up your name.
Yeah.
Not to relate everything back to STP, but sorry, continue.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
mean,
guess.
Thank God it didn't turn out to be the homeless children.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would have been like. That would have been bad.
That would be the name of my
Your
Yeah,
cause.
your nonprofit.
my cause, yeah, my
There you
nonprofit.
go.
Yeah. Sorry, we were just smoking dope.
I guess from there, though, just with the name, over time I kind of came up with this idea. I was like just kind of developing the idea and messing around with it, to where now the Holographic Children's kind of backstory, as far as its fiction, is that it's in the, way ahead in the future, and it's about like this astronaut who is also a hologram. But in the future, since we have holographic technology, all the dead celebrities and artists are turned into holograms, and you could just pretty much have them, talk to them. Like, it's a simulation of them, and they could be your GPS or your Siri. So I guess that's my whole thing in it. It's like, in the world of the Holographic Children, my idea is I'm just this holographic person in the world. I've been dead for thousands of years, and now I'm making music as a hologram.
Did you watch the remake of The Time Machine?
No, well,
I have.
yes, a
Guy
long
Pearce.
The
time
hot
ago.
tub
just-
time machine
No,
or the time machine?
Hey, that's a great movie. Just
I
Guy
love that.
Pearce.
I know.
No. I'm talking about the Jules Verne, the remake, the one that had I can't
Guy
remember
Pearce.
the dude from
Guy
the-
Pearce.
Guy,
yeah.
Guy
Yes.
Pearce.
that was the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, because what you're describing is very similar to that. But
Is
I
it?
was going to ask you. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because they had Orlando Jones.
Yeah,
I think
Orlando
he was the
Jones.
He was the hologram in there, and he
Mm.
was kind of giving him the guidance of what's been going on over the millennium. But
He's like the paperclip guy from like Microsoft. I forget what his name was.
Right.
Orlando Jones.
No, I'm saying he was like that concept of that person to help you out, guide you.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I was going to ask you about your jumpsuit there because that looks like very Steve Austin, 1970s.
Yeah, it's like a flight suit.
Yeah, it looks like one of their
Helps you
space suits.
drag.
Yeah,
It's
no.
got the double zipper.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
oh, that's awesome.
I think it's a parachuter's jumpsuit.
That's awesome,
it?
man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just found it. Honestly,
When you wear that in your videos.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, and we won't be able to play it back on our YouTube channel because of, copyright claims.
Mm.
You're not
Would
going to be
you
naked,
guys-
are you?
Yes. Oh, come on,
Yes.
Rick. You've seen me naked. Don't lie.
In a classroom.
In a classroom, yeah.
Why did I just hear the
Oh,
Steve
Mark.
Austin sound effect right now? Right when you said you were.
Steve
When we-
Austin.
when
Who
we
is
get-
Steve Austin? Are you talking about the
6
Who
Million
is
Dollar
Steve
Man.
Austin?
$6 million
Yes!
man. Not
Well,
Oh,
Stone
we know
Cold.
Steve Austin,
Not
the
the
wrestler.
Stone
That's
Cold
the
Okay,
wrestler.
okay. I was about to say I didn't see the wrestler wear this, but
I'm talking about, when he does the jump, the
yeah.
Yeah, didn't you do that when you guys were kids? Like that's what we did outdoors. Like banana, banana.
Yeah.
I'm
all the time.
Hey, you can't. Yeah, man. All right, sorry.
But would you be down if we showed one of your videos?
I'm down, man. I'm
Which
down.
one would you want us to watch?
Let's see. I mean, I only have 2 up there so far.
Okay.
I'd say In Your Heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull that up.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
No, it's just, I'm so like blown. Oh yeah, this is the one that just like I went crazy with. I just want people to see it, because I think it's great. I'm gonna go ahead and share this screen with you.
See, man, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome, man.
Thank you.
Dripping.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you for showing it. Thank you for showing it. I'm glad you guys like it.
Well, were there any questions asked by the audience?
No, man.
that
Actually,
was-
I was looking
No.
through that. It was like people are just making comments about stuff that we've said, but nobody's
Oh,
asking
yeah?
anything specific.
All right.
Yeah.
I think there is one by Nestor though.
Oh,
That's
okay,
cool.
cool.
Nestor has a question for all of us. He says
Oh.
The New Mutants is coming out tomorrow in theaters.
What?
Are you guys gonna go out and see it, ignoring the whole quarantine thing, or are you gonna wait till it's on demand on TV at home?
Theaters are closed in California still, right?
California. I
Yeah.
do see all the ads say in theaters tomorrow.
Right. So
I think those are nationwide ads, though.
I think
Even
those
I
are
see-
ads from 2 years ago when that movie was supposed to come out.
yeah.
I see a lot of the ones that say in theaters or on demand. It's like,
Right.
dude, on demand is like so easy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, theaters are closed in California, so I want to see New Mutants, but I don't want to drive all the way to Nevada.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to
to
have
see
to
it.
go to TJ just to see New Mutants, man. I think I'm going to have
Yeah.
to do that.
Do you think it's gonna be good? I haven't seen much about it.
You know what I do? I didn't have a lot of faith in a lot of the stuff they did.
Yeah.
It looks like they're doing the Demon Bear arc. I mean, a real weird variation on it, but I don't know.
Mm,
It looks better than a lot of the stuff they did. So,
That's
you know?
Okay, I
With that
think the more
property.
important question that we're missing here is who's going to watch Bill and Ted's this weekend?
Oh, dude, I will.
At the
No,
theater though.
That's my generation. At the theater? No, I can't go to the theater. I can go pay-per-view the shit out of that though.
Oh yeah.
We could break into a theater and just do like shadow puppets of it, but
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll go see
Oh.
the 3 a.m. showing.
That's what we used to do, kind of, when we had Twilight. When we had to re-show it, we'd like play the movie, turn off the volume, and then me and my friends would just like, do the dialogue.
Mystery
for them.
Science Theater, the shit out of it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was fun. Twilight became better,
I mean, baseball in a thunderstorm. What the hell, man?
I know.
You know?
I
don't know,
would
man.
say-
Are you talking about Twilight still? Baseball in a thunderstorm?
Yeah,
Dude, I
that's
always
not-
talk
that's
about that.
Twilight.
Anytime someone says Twilight, I always bring that shit up. Someone will try
I
to
get it.
justify the movie, and I tell them, fuck baseball in a thunderstorm, man.
Right.
Come on,
and the
I
whole
don't
like
get it. I watched the first one and I was like lost.
same.
That is the first one. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I had a friend that was like, "Dude, you want to see this movie? It's vampires versus werewolves." And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds cool. Like, like Underworld or something." And
Boy, were you wrong.
it's fucking Twilight. Yeah.
Dude, the way they run,
Oh,
like Scooby-Doo. How like
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
have you guys seen the last one? I ended up seeing. I think I skipped the middle ones, but they have a CGI daughter
Oh,
as a baby, and I was like, okay, like it looks really fake. It's uncanny, but I was just like, they probably just didn't want a baby on set. But then when she grew up to be a toddler, she was still CGI,
oh,
What the heck?
and she just looked creepy. Like she didn't look like a
Yeah.
real person.
it's that uncanny valley.
Zeke's like, change the subject. I don't want to talk about this anymore. He's like a Twilight poster in the background.
I think.
Oh
what we
my
should
god,
do-
are you a
Here,
Twilight
right?
fan, Zeke?
I think what we need to
No.
do
No,
is turn this episode into a Twilight Theory podcast.
Okay.
But he was
Dude,
always
that would last like 2
Batman
minutes.
was
for
always
me.
a vampire.
All right. Let's turn this
Right?
hat around. Okay, so Twilight fan theories, everybody. Yeah.
Like I said, Batman was always a vampire.
Batman was. Speaking of,
Well, he's Batman, right? He is
Oh, yeah,
Batman,
that's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Batman, though, you guys see the new trailer?
Yeah.
What do you
Yes.
think?
Gonna watch it.
Dude, I'm down. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. Yeah.
I know people are already like making fun of how he has the eyeliner
Chemical
around his
Romance?
eyes, but here's the thing:
Yeah.
is like that's what live action Batman does. And
Yeah.
it's silly to think that he doesn't do that.
No, yeah. Just because they had to
You-
show Michael Keaton with the eye makeup, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there
But
was.
he
was
had
it,
to do that.
Was it the Val Kilmer episode or that version where they actually showed him with the island with the mask off?
They haven't shown anybody do that with.
Yeah,
No.
they did.
right?
I swear
They
to God,
have it?
watch. Yes, they have. Watch.
No.
It was
They have
either
it
Val
when they're in the
Kilmer or George
costume.
Clooney. No. I
And
swear.
then when
to
they
God.
take
Probably
it
George
off, it's
Clooney,
gone.
but he also had. But George Clooney also had the nipples, so I don't know, man.
no,
I would
no,
have referenced
that was Val Kilmer. That was Val Kilmer.
Was it Val Kilmer? I thought
It
it
was
was
both.
George
Yes,
Clooney.
it was.
George Clooney
You
had
guys
the nipples.
rewatch those movies, and I'm sure it was
I will
either
not
Val Kilmer
rewatch
or
those movies. I swear to you. I
Are we
will
talking about the
never
nipples
rewatch
or the
those
eyes
movies.
right now? Because
no,
the nipples
eyes,
were
the eye
both.
thing. No,
The eyes are the
Yes, you're
nipples to
right.
your soul, man. You know?
they're together. No, there was one movie where it was one of the dudes, either Val Kilmer or George Clooney. He pulled the mask off, still had the eye makeup on.
I'll
Now,
have to
my
see
question is to you: how believable is it for him to be like, "Oh, wait a minute, the Batmobile's ready to go. Hang on a second, I got to paint
Right.
this shit in."
Yeah.
He's probably got a gadget for that.
You know what though, man? Like when
You're
people
over-
go like camel
you're
themselves in
overthinking
war
it.
and shit, they grab that stuff and they do it real quick. It's literally just a swipe, you know?
That's true.
I don't think he's sitting there with a mirror doing no, dude. That's
You don't
no.
think so?
I
No,
think if
maybe-
no. Here's the thing.
He-
I think if
He's in the Batmobile. Like, have you ever been like the passenger while your wife is driving, and you guys are like going to church or something like that, and she's doing this kind of shit in the rearview mirror? Like, that's Bruce Wayne in the Batmobile.
Dude,
He's
here's
putting
the
shit
thing.
on as he's going to the scene.
no, you put on the mask and then you just have a spray. You close
Dude,
your eyes, you just
dude.
spray.
fucking Watchmen,
Boom.
right? Exactly. That was the best way I've ever seen that done. Was Watchmen with the
There
series.
was no residual. There was no residual. on
She
the
had like
mask.
a little
That's true.
airbrush thing. Remember? She had the airbrush thing, and she's like real quick.
Yeah.
What's
That's
wrong
how she
with
did it.
putting-
But Rick is right. There's no residual on the mask.
There's none, but what's wrong with wearing makeup though? His parents died. He's
Oh, no.
Didn't say anything that was wrong with.
Hey,
you know.
hey,
What's
when he
wrong
was a
with
young
wearing
boy,
makeup? His parents died.
When he was a young boy, his father took him to the city to see a marching band, dude. Okay, it's okay.
Oh,
There's nothing.
I saw.
I'm not
I
saying
saw
there's
a
anything
meme.
wrong with wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Be true to yourself. Live your truth. It's just, when do you put it on? Are
Right.
you in the Batmobile? Which, again, in and of itself is a
Hey,
little
you know
bit
the
of a hazard.
Batmobile is like self-driving.
Alfred does it. Alfred does it. For
I
him.
didn't know that.
There's so many
He's got a makeup
impracticalities with Batman. Like he lives in Wayne Manor. If there's some emergency going on in downtown, by the time Batman shows up, it's going to be like 20 minutes since the cops showed up and whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Tell the far. It's in the cuts.
Yeah,
He lives in the sticks.
and also I think Batman would die like 2 weeks into doing
Into
what
being
he's
Batman.
trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm a dissenting Batman fan.
You're
still
dissenting.
I still think the Christian Bale series was the most accurate, though. The most
agree.
believable to me.
Yeah.
Well, I love
Yeah.
how he was like
I agree.
beat to shit by the third movie. You know what I mean? His leg couldn't even move. I mean, that's hella realistic, right?
I love all
I
three of
thought
those
so.
movies.
I
Even-
thought
yeah.
so. I like they make it so cartoonish that it was like unbelievable. You know, which was my problem with the first, the Michael Keaton era.
The
and
Yeah.
only
Joel Schumacher.
problem I had with the Christian Bale movies is there was no Danny DeVito.
Dude, you could have
You're
brought
right.
back Danny DeVito. You could have brought
You're right.
anybody. It's just the actual cinematography of it was more like,
Oh, they were
I
filmed.
believe it.
Yeah,
They
they
were
were
filmed,
filmed.
yeah.
And everybody dogs on the Batman voice, but the Batman voice made perfect sense to me. He's disguising his voice.
I liked it. I liked his
Yeah.
voice. I think over time though, he sounded as if he was tired doing it.
Yeah.
It definitely lost some of the like
The
timbre.
power, the presence.
The power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you think that was deliberate? Though? That
intentional.
was like
Yeah, that's
part of the role
intentional.
because
Oh,
at the
okay.
end of it, he wanted out. He was tired.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
Well, his body
solve
was
your
all
own
battered up.
problems. Exactly. Like I got a bat cane. I'm at
There's
that
a Bat
point.
Cane.
I've got the bat. I've got the bat walker.
Michael Caine would
like
hand him
this-
the Bat Cane,
Exactly. That would be great. That would be epic.
Everything he
Okay.
owns has bat in front of it.
Yeah.
The bat Geritol. The bat laxative.
Here's a
The
hot
bat
take.
the bat dinner at 4:00.
I'm going to throw a hot take at you real quick. We do have to wrap up, but this conversation is too much fun to cut off. But
Okay.
I like the Schumacher movies more than the Burton movies.
Oh, okay.
Controversial.
And not saying
Wait.
that they're better. It's just I have more fun watching them.
I got bored with the Tim Burton ones.
And I thought Batman Returns was the third act was just a little bit silly, but the whole movie was not silly enough to have fun with.
Here's another hot take.
Huh.
I don't really like Michael Keaton as Batman.
Same.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Is that
Yeah.
because you don't
Yeah.
like his Bruce Wayne or you don't like his Batman?
Both.
Both.
I feel
Yeah.
like he's a good actor. Like I give him that credit. It just looking at the cartoon Batman and the comic books. I feel like that wasn't Batman or Bruce Wayne to me.
I mean, I'm going to say I
Yeah.
think Ben Affleck was the most. He
Actually.
looked more like that, but I hated
tread
him in the
lightly.
role.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, no, dude. I sat through freaking Dawn of Justice like 3 times, and I didn't want to do that. Okay, so I earned the right to talk about that, right?
I can't.
I did not
stand
wanna do
Ben
that.
Affleck with that.
Yeah, I
thing in
can't.
his-
I can't either. But
The butt.
I think
the
he's
butt
when you
chin.
look at him.
I think what Ruben is saying is like Ben Affleck is classically handsome, and in the same way that Bruce Wayne
Bruce
is
Wayne.
classically handsome. I mean, here's the thing: if George Clooney looked like George Clooney but didn't act like George Clooney,
Mhm.
He would have been great. Yeah.
that could also be believable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he
but-
has the salt and pepper. The salt and pepper threw me off when I saw it. I
Right.
was like, that's dye your hair, dude. You know what I mean? You're Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he had the swagger of that ER character he was playing at the time too.
But here's
Yeah,
the thing:
It was the
ahead.
swashbuckler.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Hey,
new movie, The Batman with Robert Pattinson,
Mm.
dude, I'm looking forward to it, man. It has the
Yeah.
one thing that I've been wishing and hoping for since I can remember is that I just want to see a movie where all of Batman's rogues gallery is already established. It's Batman in this fully realized city. It's
Mhm.
Batman on the beat doing his Batman thing. We don't have
Being
to
a detective, right?
we don't have to
right.
sit through 30
Origin.
minutes of
Yeah.
fucking watching Penguin eat cats and stuff. Like,
Uh,
I don't need it. I just have
Yeah.
Batman
Right.
fight his bad guys. That's it.
That's it, right? Exactly, right.
I want to say before we have to cut this short or cut this off, because I know we're over already, but Kyle, I want to tell you, dude, one of the movies that I really, really will enjoy watching, like when it's on TNT or AMC, anything like that, I will watch it. Is shit? What is the Men in Black 3?
I've
Right
never
now,
seen it.
right now you are sporting the Boris
Glasses,
Boris
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you've got that look pretty dialed in,
Man, I
and
haven't
that's what I've
seen
been
it.
looking at. Boris the animal.
Boris the
Yeah.
animal. I gotta
dude.
write it down.
Yeah, dude. If you got a screenshot of yourself or you will rewatch this on YouTube, you got to look at yourself while you see that. I'm just like, that's what I've been looking at all night.
It's Jermaine, right? The bad guy, Jermaine from Fly the Conchords, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
is
the one.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
You know what's super
Oh, you're
funny
looking
is
at
that
Yeah, look it up. Hey,
I was
I see it.
somewhere with my wife, and she's like, "There's a character. He's a badass character, and he's got these cool glasses, and I can't remember who he is." We spent the whole day trying to figure out through superheroes, through comics, and I was like, it was a very, very specific look. And then I don't know when it just clicked, and it was Boris the animal. We're like, "Holy shit!" So that's cool, man. There you
hey
go.
man,
It's a good look.
Boris
It's
the
a good
animal.
look.
Thank you. I like that actor too, Jermaine.
Yeah.
Brit,
He's hysterical, dude.
Brit Jermaine. Have you
Yeah,
guys-
watch him do. There's a clip on YouTube with him and his Flight of the Conchords buddy.
Brit.
What's the
Brit
name of the
Murray?
song they do though? It's
Oh,
business
in
time.
space.
Oh, business
yeah.
time.
It's
Business
business time.
I love all the David Bowie stuff they do.
Yeah.
Different eras from Labyrinth.
I'm David Bowie from the music video Ashes to Ashes.
I should say, yeah, exactly.
Spell it out, man. Spell it out.
Kyle,
Yes.
thanks for being on the show, man. Man,
Hey.
I just love hanging with you, dude.
Yeah, man, it's been a while.
Once I can hang out with you again, I'd be more than happy to.
Yeah.
But we got to wait for this fun stuff to end. But thank
For
you
the
for
all
being on the
clear.
show.
No problem.
We look forward to having you back. For everybody out there, for our gracious audience, we love you for tuning in and taking this ride with us every Thursday night at 8:30. In the meantime, please do check out the Holographic Children. You can find music on Spotify. You can find the music videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Instagram at the Holographic Children.
Instagram also, yeah. Just awesome stuff. Until next time, everybody, please have a happy, healthy Thursday night, and we'll see you next week.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
See you guys.
See ya.